Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star original continent based on novel. So let's start. Silence. It was dead silent in this mysterious space, and the golden horned beast was the only living creature here. No matter what, I'll recover my godly body first. I can only better handle the danger when I become stronger. The golden horned beast was suddenly enlarged, and he became 60,000 miles long. He floated above the space, and the space only had a diameter of 12,000 miles. The golden horned beast was much larger than the planet. Inherited technique, swallow. The golden horned beast opened his mouth, and the space around the planet was completely twisted. He was able to swallow the entire planet if he wanted, but he felt like it would be a waste if he just destroyed a star filled with star tear gold. He controlled how fast he swallowed the star tear gold. Masses of star tear gold flew out and went into the mouth of the golden horned beast. His gaping mouth swallowed the gold like a black hole. Star tear gold and rocks kept being absorbed by the golden horned beast, and the gold godly power kept recovering the golden horned beast. After a short while, half of the star tear gold was swallowed by the golden horned beast, and his godly body recovered to 60%. I'll go to another planet, he said. The golden horned beast flew to the closest planet, and started to swallow the void rocks floating in space. He finished half the void rocks. He started to go to the third planet, and found that on the third planet was a precious, bright barium-swallowing crystal lake. Bright barium-swallowing crystal was a black, liquid metal like mercury. There were 3 enormous lakes on the third planet, making up 90% of the planet. The golden horned beast finished an entire lake, and his godly body was completely recovered. Incredible. He floated around the third planet, and gazed out into space. I can sense the precious substances in the fourth planet. There's some more. There are 12 planets in the galaxy, and there might be valuables on every planet. The golden horned beast gazed in the distance. What about other galaxies? The galaxies were all close to each other. The images that were formed amazed Luo Feng. The space was like an enormous engraving in the sky. Though it was mysterious and beautiful, it was quite boring here. There were no other creatures. The golden horned beast flew to the 4th and 5th planets, and started to inspect them. He wanted to dig out the secrets in this space. A powerful force emanated from the planet third closest to the star, and the force permeated at a speed of 20 million miles per second. After a short while, the golden horned beast on the planet 5th closest to the star was alerted. Godly power. It's very strong. It must be coming from a universe night. The golden horned beast raised his head and looked to the planet third closest to the star. He waved his wings and flew toward it. As he sped up, he saw another towering being flying toward him. The golden horned beast kept his godly body at 60,000 miles long. Another being, with a godly body 60,000 miles long, was flying toward him. This is. The golden horned beast looked at the universe night of other race in surprise. He was a being with black scales and 6 gigantic hooves, a space beast known as a tremble. Trembles were at the second highest level among space beasts, only beneath the 12 pinnacle bloodlines. The golden horned beast and the tremble were flying toward each other. Golden horned beast, said the tremble. Tremble, the golden horned beast replied. They met each other halfway. Why are you also here? The golden horned beast asked. Because of you, the tremble growled. I'm here under the orders of the Space Beast Alliance to receive you. Come with me. What? The golden horned beast was dazed. Luo Feng was completely bewildered. He had assumed that this space beast was also trapped in the land of extremis, but it sounded like he was here to retrieve him. Does this space belong to our Space Beast Alliance? The golden horned beast asked. Of course. The tremble nodded his head, which was covered in armor. This space is used by our alliance to cultivate precious materials. I know that you've swallowed some mineral veins. They belong to our alliance, and they're off limits to individuals. But relax. The alliance won't punish you, as you don't know the rules. Besides, you've been wandering in the universe for so long, and just came back. Our alliance won't punish those of the same race. The golden horned beast blinked. So, that's what the land of extremists is. Yes. This is the space controlled by the greatest being in the Space Beast Alliance, Ancestor. It's the holy grail of all us space beasts, the Tremble said. Ancestor is one of the greatest beings in the universe, and he changed the operation law in this space. Ancestor. Luo Feng quickly inferred that the Ancestor was a universe supreme master. We're still in the original universe. Yes, the Tremble explained. However, the space is isolated from the outside. Only those wormholes can be utilized for transportation. To keep other races out, there are two areas, outer space and inner space. The outer space is the area where the other races are trapped in for an eternity. As for the inner space, it's hidden inside the outer space. You must have broken the space ripples before you got in. Only space beasts are able to get in without being killed. The other races aren't even able to find this place, not to mention enter it. The golden horned beast understood everything now. Land of Extremis was only the periphery of the sanctuary of the Space Beast Alliance. How did you get in? The golden horned beast asked. Neither teleportation, nor God country transportation, is allowed here. How did you get here? We space beasts rarely come here, because we're usually at the center of the space, the center of the sanctuary of our alliance, Space God Mountain, the Tremble said. I've got an order to receive you, and that's why I was transported to that planet. One planet in every galaxy in this space has a wormhole inside, and they all lead to Space God Mountain. There's a wormhole in every galaxy. The golden horned beast was shocked. That's right, the Tremble said. Ancestor is almighty, and it's easy for him to create wormholes. Let's go. The supreme beings in the Space Beast Alliance are waiting for you. Okay. The two towering beings flew toward the planet third closest to the star. The Tremble reduced his size to 60 miles long. Golden horned beast, can you make your godly body smaller? The Tremble said. Sure. The golden horned beast became 60 miles long, matching the size of the Tremble. They flew toward the planet while talking. Then they shrank to several feet long, and entered the center of the planet. This is the wormhole, the Tremble said. We can get to Space God Mountain through it. Let's go, the golden horned beast answered expectantly. He looked at the space whirlpool in front of him. It had a diameter of only a few dozen yards. The Tremble and the golden horned beast flew into the space whirlpool. It was a vast space containing numerous space whirlpools. All the whirlpools had a diameter of dozens of yards. However, there were too many of them, and one couldn't see the end of the space. At the center of those whirlpools was a towering mountain. The golden horned beast and the Tremble exited the space whirlpool at the same time. This? The golden horned beast was shocked by the scene before him. The space whirlpools were dispersed throughout this space, surrounding the gigantic mountain like flowers. A black mountain. It was a mountain several light years tall, a gigantic mountain that could rival Star Tower and the five-color Aurora Lake. The black mountain was floating. He could sense the dimming force, and there were some space beasts flying around. See, the supreme beings of our alliance, universe masters, and the greatest ancestor. They all live there, the Tremble growled, and his eyes glinted with pride. This is the sanctuary of our alliance, Space God Mountain. The golden horned beast was amazed. There are countless great beings in Space God Mountain, as well as countless valuables and inheritances, the Tremble growled. It's got everything, and it's even connected to the universe. It's a universe that only belongs to us space beasts. A universe, the golden horned beast gasped in astonishment. Yes, the Tremble answered proudly. A universe. A universe that only belongs to us. Go. Go to Space God Mountain. Every space beast vagabonding in the universe needs to go to Space God Mountain. As long as you're recognized by Space God Mountain, you'll be one of us. The mountain will eliminate any other races. After all, some space beasts have had soul transfer done on them. It's difficult to differentiate, But nothing can be hidden in Space God Mountain. No. The golden horned beast was terrified. Go, the tremble urged him, looking at the towering mountain. There are several universe masters waiting for you. See. Great beings are coming to receive you. More than 10 powerful golden horned beasts flew toward him from afar, emanating a powerful energy. They are the great beings of you golden horned beasts, said the tremble. Luo Feng had roamed the universe for close to 100,000 years, but this was the first time he had come across other golden horned beasts. It was also unique that 10 of them were universe knights. The dozen enormous golden horned beasts approached at high speed. Their resounding voices were transmitted loud and clear. Brother. Welcome home, my brother. Our brother, who has been roaming the universe. Welcome home. The golden horn beast version of Luo Feng, along with his companion, Tremble, had no choice but to also approach them. Tremble said in a low voice, I have fulfilled my orders in bringing him here. Now that all of you are here, I will hand things over to you. You may leave. Leave it to us. We will take care of everything, the dozen golden horned beasts said in unison. Tremble nodded slightly and smiled at golden horn Luo Feng, before he transformed into light and took off. Golden horn Luo Feng was then surrounded by the group of golden horned beasts, who were all quite warm and friendly. They had all roamed the universe as loners for a long time, before being invited into the alliance. And so, these seniors were sincere and compassionate toward a member of their own kind, who had just returned to join the team. I am Fan Knight. I am Mountain Engraving Knight. I am Macapto Gold Knight. Each golden horned beast introduced itself. Every name was very different, as these golden horned beasts all had their fair share of life encounters. As they roamed the universe, they had chosen names to identify themselves. It was nothing uncommon, as knights often had different names. Facing the group of golden horned beast knights, who were all oozing with enthusiasm, Golden Horn Luo Feng could only reciprocate. I am Golden Feng Knight, he said. Ha ha, Golden Feng Knight. Welcome home. It is very rare for someone to only return to Alliance for the first time, after attaining the Universe Knight level. To be able to cultivate yourself independently to attain the Universe Knight level, Golden Feng Knight, my brother, your talent is impressive. With the help of our alliance, you will become stronger. Golden Horn Luo Feng listened on, replying with occasional responses. Inwardly, he was enjoying himself in this atmosphere. These golden horned beasts were supposedly cold and murderous, yet their so-called murderous nature was only displayed against hostile races. When they met with other space beasts, they were warm-hearted and affectionate. When they met with their own race, they would feel an even stronger cordiality for one another, as they all shared the same bloodline. Rumor has it that the Space Beast Alliance is very mysterious, thought Luo Feng. Internally, they are all very united. No wonder. Golden Horn Luo Feng gave a discreet sigh. They have been alone for too long, so when they meet their own race, every one of them will treat each other like kin. Let's go, go, go. Universe Master must be getting impatient. Let's talk no more. We should hurry back. The dozen golden horned beasts led the way for Golden Horn Luo Feng, and one could see a group of golden horned beasts roaring at one another as they ascended into the star sky. Then they took off for the faraway Space God Mountain. Golden Horn Luo Feng and the dozen golden horned beasts cruised through the sky together, but he was secretly worried. Based on what Tremble told me, in Space God Mountain, everything hidden will be exposed. Will I be exposed too? Luo Feng was also aware that this territory of the Space Beast Alliance was under the control of its noblest being, Ancestor. But there was no backing out now. Macapto Gold Knight, said Golden Horn Luo Feng as they flew in midair. If I were to meet our Universe Master, which Universe Master would it be? There are a number of Universe Masters who are curious about you, one of them answered. But, first and foremost, you must meet the two Universe Masters who are of the same bloodline as us, the Golden Horned Beasts. They are Golden Horn Master and Xian Mia Master. Two of them. Golden Horn Luo Feng was surprised. We Golden Horned Beasts have a bloodline, that is characterized by strong capabilities, Fan Knight said proudly. For the 12 pinnacle bloodlines, every one of them only has one universe master. But our Golden Horned race, we have two. Golden Horn Master is the most senior universe master of our Golden Horned race, while Xianmia Master is a newly appointed universe master, who has become a universe master 1,000 centuries ago. Golden Horn Luo Feng listened obediently. As they flew, they engaged in conversation, while maintaining a speed that was 100 times the speed of light. Very quickly, they arrived at their destination, the vast and boundless Space God Mountain. Space God Mountain. Golden Horn Luo Feng gazed at the mountain attentively, but all he could see was a boundless mountain covered with pitch-black stones. It was not ordinary black, but rather a hue that resembled a black hole, exuding a sense of emptiness. It was as though every stone represented a black hole. Space God Mountain was extensive beyond description, and it was divided into numerous domains. Constructing so many of these gigantic godly palaces would have been more tedious than constructing the godly palaces for humans. Space ripples. It was the first time Golden Horn Luo Feng felt a space ripple here. Places with space ripples allow one to teleport, one of the Golden Horn beasts answered. This is how Ancestor enables us to get to different places quickly. However, there are many restricted lands that do not have space ripples. Follow me. We're going to the palace of Golden Horn Master. The dozen Golden Horned beasts led the way with great enthusiasm as they flew in the sky of Space God Mountain. Space God Mountain towered at a height of countless light years. Even the huge body of a Golden Horned beast, when compared to the Space God Mountain, was like comparing an earthworm to a star. Sometimes they teleported, but sometimes they advanced normally. This pattern went on for 6 minutes, and finally, they arrived at a towering, gigantic palace hall engraved with countless Golden Horned beasts' embossments. This palace was around 60 million miles high. It emitted an intimidating vibe, which led Luo Feng to a verdict instantly. This should be a flying palace type true treasure. This is Golden Horn Master's flying palace type true treasure. Its power is extremely strong, Fan Knight said. Proceed. Let's go in. There were several undying Golden Horned beasts flying and playing with one another in the open square before the palace. When they saw Golden Horn Luo Feng approaching, every one of them looked over with eyes filled with curiosity. Everyone knew the number of Golden Horned beasts in the Space Beast Alliance was small. Practically everyone knew each other. But no one knew this newcomer brought in by the dozen Golden Horned beasts' knights. The undying Golden Horned beasts conversed among themselves in hushed tones. Could it be his first time coming to the Alliance? He just got escorted in here. The aura of his godly body is so strong. It is stronger than the godly bodies of many other universe knights. On the other hand, Macapto Gold Knight, Fan Knight and the other Golden Horned Beast Knights led Luo Feng straight to the doors of the palace. This might be Golden Horn Master's palace, but there were no guards at the doors. Come on in, my child, a booming voice came from inside. Golden Horn Luo Feng felt the tremors running through his veins. He obeyed. He suspected the voice would be that of Golden Horn Master. Golden Horn Master was the oldest and most senior universe master of the Golden Horned Beast race, so it was understandable for him to call the younger ones, who were returning to the race, his children. After all, Luo Feng was much younger by unknowable centuries. Go in. Move. Fan Knight and the others went in with Golden Horn Luo Feng. Four hooves took great steps as they made their way into the spacious godly palace. Their footsteps were very fast, they could cover at least 1 million miles per second. They advanced straight to the center of the palace and stopped. We're here to pay our respects, Golden Horn Master and Xianmia Master, Fan Knight and the dozen other Golden Horned beasts said, greeting them respectfully. I'm here to pay my respect, Golden Horn Master and Xianmia Master, Golden Horn Luo Feng said, followed suit. Then he lifted his head, and saw that high above stood a towering Golden Horned beast with gigantic wings covered with scaled armor. This was a most intimidating being, with an aura that could be likened to an endless universe. The being was looking down at him. On its left stood another Golden Horned beast. It wore dark red armor. The basic features of a golden horned beast would be to have 5 sharp claws, but this beast in dark red armor sported an extremely long and golden middle claw. As it looked down at Luo Feng, there were indistinct traces of an endless whirlpool, as though its gaze could have annihilated the universe in a fleeting moment. Luo Feng immediately concluded that this noble being in the dark red armor was the newly appointed universe master known as Xian Mia Master. Fan Knight, you all may take your leave, Golden Horn Master ordered in a measured pace. Yes, said the dozen golden horned beasts as they bowed in respect and flew off together. In the Great Hall, there remained only Golden Horn Luo Feng and the 2 universe masters, Golden Horn Master and Xian Mia Master. Golden Horn Master looked down and exclaimed in a resounding voice, "What a strong godly body! For you to have roamed the universe alone and achieved what you have now. That is quite unexpected. You are even comparable to quite a number of universe overlords," said Xian Mia Master in a voice that was gentler. Golden Horn Luo Feng listened submissively. On the surface, no one could tell that he was undying. Firstly, his godly body was indeed strong. Secondly, the space law took metal, wood, water, fire, and earth as the upper law, so he was considered a space knight. Godly bodies could easily manifest themselves into any one of the 5 elements, metal, wood, water, fire, or earth, or even manifest into complete space. As for golden horned beasts, most would normally manifest their space godly powers into the gold element. To achieve the level you are at, all by yourself, you are indeed outstanding, Golden Horn Master said with joyful eyes. I was discussing with the other universe lords about how we could carry out some unique training for you. With the Alliance's guidance, you have high hopes of becoming a universe master. Xian Mia Master, standing beside Golden Horn Master, began to laugh. Ha ha! If you become a universe master, then the Golden Horned Beast legacy shall have 3 universe masters. We will be ranked first on the 12 lineages, alongside Qiu He Beast. Qiu He Beast. One of the 12 pinnacle lineages. Luo Feng listened attentively. Inwardly, he sighed. If I made it this far without any great being's guidance, then the elaborate training that the Space Beast Alliance could provide would certainly raise my chances of becoming a universe master. No wonder the Space Beast Alliance is giving me so much attention. What a pity. I am capable enough to hope to become a universe master, but I am a human. Not a golden horned beast. Space God Mountain houses many inheritances and countless valuables, said Golden Horn Master. To boost your blood lineage, godly body amplification technique, or soul amplification technique. All are available. Golden Horn Master gazed at Luo Feng and continued. The Ancestral God School's God Inheritance Token, the General Inheritance Token, and even the Beast God Inheritance Token are certainly available to you, too. Actually, the General Inheritance Token differs from the other amplification techniques only because it has an additional set of powerful and unique techniques. That's all. Luo Feng understood what he was trying to explain. He remembered that the Demon Note General Inheritance Token consisted of 2 aspects. One was the Soul Amplification type of technique, and the other was the Demon Note Secret technique. The Hong Alliance also had the Godly Body Amplification technique and Soul Amplification technique. These required contributions, however, and Luo Feng did have enough to exchange for them. It would require a long time to cultivate and master the techniques, which was why Luo Feng intended to first obtain the 4th black metal board before returning for training. Golden Horn Master and Xian Mia Master suddenly turned to look at one another. Golden Horn Luo Feng also sensed something amiss. He raised his head to look at the 2 universe masters. My child, Ancestor has orders, Golden Horn Master's voice resounded loudly. He beckons you. Gold Horn Master moved forward, stepping down from where he had previously stood. Meet the Ancestor. Luo Feng was truly terrified. The 9 superpowers were classified as superpowers because they had a universe supreme master, like gigantic axe founder within the human race. Although Luo Feng belonged to the human race, he still hadn't met him. The only universe supreme leader he had met was Washan Ku. And now, he was going to meet the greatest being in Space Beast Alliance. Golden Horn Master stepped on the floor and walked to Luo Feng's side. "Don't worry, and don't be scared," Golden Horn Master said, looking at Luo Feng gently. "There are many universe knights within our alliance, but most of them haven't met the Ancestor. Yet you are to be received by the Ancestor right after you came back. You're lucky." Xian Mia Master also walked down. "If Ancestor values you," he said, "you'll get many more resources. Ancestor has the greatest power within our alliance." "I'm just a bit intimidated," Golden Horned Luo Feng murmured. "It would be weird if you were not. Let's go." Then Golden Horn Master constrained Luo Feng by manipulating the surrounding time and space and flew out like a beam of light, followed by Xian Mia Meta. Flying, teleporting and flying. Golden Horn Master and Xian Mia Master led Luo Feng and reached the peak of Space God Mountain after almost 20 minutes. There was an independent mountain at the peak. The mountain was around 60 million miles tall, and it looked blurry. There were countless beast sculptures, including all the races within the space beasts. There were 12 universe knights guarding the mountain down there, and each of them was from a pinnacle bloodline of space beasts. Golden Horn Master, Xian Mia Master. The guards gave a salutation and cleared the way. Apparently, they had been informed ahead of time by Ancestor. Golden Horn Master and Xian Mia Master were walking in the front, followed by Golden Horned Luo Feng. They walked along a mountain road. "This is Ancestor Mountain," Golden Horn Master said slowly. "It's a terrific true treasure." "Indeed, it is," Golden Horn Luo Feng said. He could feel the energy coming from Ancestor Mountain, which made it difficult for him to even stand up straight. But it made sense, as a true treasure used by a universe supreme master was certain to be mighty. Although it was inferior to Star Tower, it was definitely much more powerful than Thousand Treasures River. "We must walk on the road. Otherwise, we'll be attacked. A simple attack from the Ancestor Mountain can kill a universe knight easily, so don't trespass without permission." Golden Horn Master instructed Luo Feng as he walked forward. They arrived at the deep of Ancestor Mountain very soon. Golden Horn Master and Xian Mia Master lowered their heads almost at the same time to show respect. "Ancestor! Ancestor! Ancestor!" said Golden Horned Luo Feng. He didn't see him. He looked to the distance, and that was when he saw a dimming soft body showing up slowly. A gigantic head showed up from the mountain. It looked like a dragon's head, but it was topped with 9 horns like crowns. The head itself was thousands of miles long, and a part of a claw showed up in the forest afar. Luo Feng could see that there were 9 toes on the claw. Although he could only see a small part of Ancestor, he speculated that he was tens of thousands of miles long. "Ancestor," Golden Horned Luo Feng said, keeping his head low. Ancestor raised his eyelids and glanced at Luo Feng. "Is this the exceptional talent you deem worthy of our alliance?" "Yes," Xian Mia Master replied respectfully. "Ancestor," Golden Horn Master said, raising his head, "although this child just came back, he has an incredibly powerful body. Besides, Flame Star told us before that this child was able to seize a component of Blade River Luo. Though we don't care about that component, it still shows his power." "Ha ha ha. There shall be a third universe master among us golden horned beasts." Golden Horned Luo Feng kept his head low. The component of Blade River Luo. He had exchanged it for 9 Tiger River. "You two can go back first," Ancestor said. "Okay," Xian Mia Master reply. Golden Horn Master asked with thrill, "Ancestor, are you going to train him yourself? He's an exceptional talent among the golden horned beasts. Don't fool us." "Yes," Ancestor replied. Golden Horn Master was exhilarated. He turned his head to Luo Feng and said, "Golden Feng, Ancestor is going to train you himself. You're fortunate enough to have that. Treasure this great opportunity." "Yes," Golden Horned Luo Feng said, listening carefully. "Let's go." Golden Horn Master and Xian Mia Master left. The giant head of Ancestor stared at Luo Feng. Luo Feng remained standing to one side. "Impressive of you to kill Demon Blade Knight," said Ancestor. Luo Feng understood that Ancestor completely changed the operation law in the land of extremis, and naturally, nothing could be hidden from him. He said, "Just luck. Do you really think you can fool me, human?" Ancestor's voice resounded through in the space. He was recognized. "No wonder you're peerless in the human race," Ancestor said slowly. "Luo Feng, you're a human, not a space beast. You cannot attain the resources of my race." "I understand." Golden Horned Luo Feng went into the world ring, and Mosha body appeared in his place. Ancestor must have known about his Mosha body since the land of extremis was under his control. Luo Feng turned back into his human form and gave a salutation. "Ancestor. I was trapped in the land of extremis accidentally, and I couldn't escape it. I could only wander around, and I was led here. I didn't mean to deceive you. I did soul transfer on a golden horned beast body when I was weak. Please, forgive me." "Your hometown was almost destroyed by a golden horned beast," Ancestor said. "It was lucky that you did the soul transfer. Indeed, you didn't mean to come here, so I don't care about that. Actually, before becoming undying, the Space Beast Alliance didn't care about space beasts no matter what happened to them, and the Alliance would only guide them home after they became undying." Luo Feng was shocked by Ancestor's insight. Even among humans, only a few knew about what had happened on Earth with the golden horned beast. How did Ancestor know about it? "You didn't come here by chance," Ancestor said slowly. "Instead, you came here because of your master, Zhuoshan Ku." Luo Feng was dazed. "Zhuoshan Ku? Zhuoshan Ku values you more than his second disciple Flame Emperor," Ancestor said. "He asked me to open the center of my alliance. There's no need to thank me. If you make efforts, there will be rewards. Your master Zhuoshan Ku has paid a sufficient price." Luo Feng now understood that everything had been planned by Master Zhuoshan Ku. "You're following the path of Beast God," Ancestor continued. "In the universe, I'm the best at cultivating great beings following the path of Beast Gods. As for the Ancestral God School, they only know a little about Beast Gods. Space beasts are the heirs of Beast Gods." "What?" Luo Feng was shocked. "Heirs?" Luo Feng had already been baffled at how Golden Horned Beast was able to easily merge with so many Blood River crystals and wield the power fully. And now, he knew that space beasts were the heirs of Beast Gods. "Wow!" he thought. "A secret. Definitely a top secret in the universe. I opened the most important place of my alliance to you," said Ancestor. "I bet you can understand it." He looked down at Luo Feng. "However, don't think it's easy. Your master has made a requirement, that if you can't meet the requirement, you'll be trapped forever." Luo Feng blinked his eyes. "Zhuoshan Ku has a ridiculously high requirement." Ancestor studied Luo Feng. "In my opinion, you won't be able to do that. Even after billions of years." Luo Feng frowned. This came from Ancestor. A Universe Supreme Master. A Universe Supreme Master knew exactly how many miracles Luo Feng had achieved, and he knew that Luo Feng had only been practicing for less than 100,000 years. However, he still dared to say something like that Zhuoshan Ku's requirement was incredibly tough. "I even bet him that if you can succeed within 100,000 eras, I'll give you a true treasure series most suitable for those following the Beast God path. However, if you fail, your master will give me a pinnacle true treasure." Again, Ancestor looked down at Luo Feng. "I can tell from your eyes that you're determined and confident, and I know that you have always made miracles. However, you'll be desperate when you know your master's requirement. I even think that you'll be trapped forever. Unless you're willing to self-destruct and leave." Luo Feng clenched his fist. "Just wait and see. Even if you are a Universe Supreme Master, I'll show you. You're underestimating me by saying that I can't succeed within 100,000 eras." Luo Feng considered for a moment. "But on second thought, what challenge has Master Zhuoshan Ku given me that he is willing to risk a pinnacle true treasure, and Ancestor is willing to risk a set true treasure?" "Go in," Ancestor's voice boomed. I bet you're not going to succeed in 100,000 eras. Luo Feng disappeared. This video will end here.